people gathered around Jesus as his reputation became known from town to town. As we gather virtually, we too are yearning for presence, for peace, for help. Each of us is a precious holy vessel of embodied love. We've been through a harrowing time since last Lent that has shattered our sense of wholeness, body, mind, and spirit, like a glass vessel fractured into pieces. Let us enter a Lenten season of recovery as we focus on Jesus, the healer of our every ill.
Vessels holy and whole, broken, needing the one, open, body and soul, healer come.
Beach glass begins as something whole, yet discarded. As it tumbles by the sea, it is broken and polished until it becomes a treasured mineral gem. We do not embrace that suffering is necessary or God-given, but that suffering is part of life. When pain comes and brokenness enters our lives, Jesus reaches out to touch and remind us of the treasure that we all are, worthy of new life in the midst of hopelessness. In a year when pandemic has wreaked havoc on our world, we begin by affirming our journey to physical health.
Vessels holy and whole, broken, needing the one, open, body and soul, healer come.
Lent developed into a season of intense inward reflection and confession centuries after the life of Jesus. Yet as we will see, Jesus encouraged people to open up about their lives, to speak truth, no matter how broken. This is the beginning of compassion for ourselves and others. It is the beginning of healing. The Latin origins of the word confess is to study and acknowledge. This will be a season of studying how we can be a healing presence in our community. To do this, we acknowledge our need to restore our own holy vessels. Let us pray. Creator God, we are bodies fashioned by your hand in your own image, shapes and colors of diverse and immense beauty. Yet too often we have ignored the sacred nature of our physical lives. The holy vessels you have fashioned are tired and suffering, ravaged by months of disrupted rhythms and ailment. Our fragility comes into full view, and we are frightened. We cannot fathom the proportions of loss, and so we look away, sometimes even from our own needs. Help us, healer. Show us our strength. Forgive our inertia. Move us to move, one step at a time, towards greater care. In this silence, we sense and acknowledge our yearning for wholeness.
Vessels holy and whole, broken, needing the one, open, body and soul, healer
I invite you to feel a warmth begin to rise within the core of your body. It may help you to keep your eyes closed. Imagine a warm orb of light deep within you. This warm glow begins to emerge from the recesses of your inner being to fill and flood your whole body until your skin is glowing with it, radiating outward. You are surrounded by light. Feel this warmth wrap you as a blanket of assurance. Know this: God's love and grace surround you, no matter what. No matter what. You are a precious and holy vessel right now. Christ's light is a treasure given freely for you, for me, for all. Take a deep breath into this truth and let it fill you, and breathe out with the relief of assurance. When Jesus had come down from the mountain, great crowds followed him, and there was a leper who came to him and knelt before him, saying, "Lord, if you choose, you can make me clean." He stretched out his hand and touched him, saying, "I do choose. Be made clean." Immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Then Jesus said to him, "See that you say nothing to anyone. But go, show yourself to the priest and offer the gift that Moses commanded as a testimony to them." That evening they brought to him many who were possessed with demons, and he cast out the spirits with a word and cured all who were sick. This was to fill what had been spoken through the prophet Isaiah. He took our infirmities and bore our diseases. Matthew 8. The parting words Jesus gave to those who he healed were often as much as a balm as the healing act itself. We hear words of encouragement from the one who makes beauty from brokenness. The words of Jesus we heard in this week's healing story were, "I do choose. Be made clean." Faced with a request and given a choice, Jesus chooses to say yes. And he says yes to each precious, treasured life. Recovered wholeness is offered to everyone and will look different for each one. I invite you to take up a piece of beach glass now and examine it closely, noticing the worn edges and the color, feeling the texture and thickness. Examine it as a treasure that is completely unique, which of course it is. Then shift your own thinking to your rough edges. What broken edges in your life need help? What will you do in this Lenten season to focus on the healing of body, mind, and spirit? Take a moment to think on this, and then, when you are ready, enclose the broken piece in your hand and hold it to your heart, breathing sperare deeply and inviting that spirit to live and move in you in a special way over the next 6 weeks. Keep your piece close at hand, perhaps on your desk, nightstand, or a pocket where you can feel it regularly this week. Jesus' healing actions often get buzz from onlookers. Some are amazed and in awe and sing praises. Some are bewildered and wonder at this teacher. Some are disgruntled and feel threatened by the boundaries he breaks and the change he invites. We are perhaps prone to all of these at one time or another. Our own work of recovery will sometimes feel immediately refreshing, and sometimes it will demand uncomfortable effort. But the rewards are great. We are also working towards something communal in this season. How can we, as a faith community, become a health hub for our work and mission? The needs are so great, especially now. Throughout this time, I invite you to explore with us the possibilities for a new or a renewed commitment to a contribution that we can make at St. Peter's to our larger community's effort to recover from this past year, such as donations to the Goldstream Food Bank, the Mustard Seed, or Our Place. Now go with confidence as treasures of God, recovering your depth of love for all and our joy of living in this world. May the words of Jesus ring in your ears. I do choose you. And may the Spirit hover, move and deliver salve to your soul and a spring